Hey there. In this video, I'm going to show you how to route multiple Kontakt instruments to their own outputs in Ableton Live. How you doing? Okay. Now, as you can see here, I have three instruments loaded in Kontakt. I have Damage, Evolve, and the DM307. Now, when I press a key on my controller, you can see that they're all putting out sound, but if I go to Outputs and then press a key, you'll see that all three instruments are being sent to output 1. Okay. Now, what I want to achieve here is to send all three of these instruments to their own outputs here in Ableton. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, the first thing you want to do is set up the MIDI channels, because as you can see here, each one of them is set to Omni. So Damage is going to be port 1. Evolve is going to be port 2. And the 307 is going to be port 3. Okay? Now, the next thing you want to do is set up the outputs. Now, I'm going to go back to the outputs here, and I'm going to rename output 1 Kontakt. Okay, because Kontakt is going to act as its own mastering comp, a workstation inside a workstation, if you will. Okay, so output 2 is going to be Damage. Output 3 is going to be Evolve. And output 4 is going to be DM307. I want symbols. 307. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to close the outputs. Now, when you go to the outputs, you'll see that they're all named. So Damage is going to be channels 3, 4. Evolve is going to be channels 5, 6. And the DM307 is going to be channels 7, 8. Okay. So I'm going to minimize Kontakt. Now the next thing you want to do is go to the instruments folder, and you're going to add an external instrument. Now, seeing as how I have three instruments in Kontakt, I'm going to load 3 external instruments. You follow where I'm going so far? Okay. I'm going to expand those a little bit, and I'm going to rename them as well. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to go down here to where it says MIDI 2, and you see where it says no output. You want to select Kontakt. Okay, and I'm going to do that with all three of them. All right, next, underneath that drop down, you're going to select the number Kontakt. All right, now, Damage is already set to 1 Kontakt, so we're going to leave that alone. Evolve is going to be 2 Kontakt. DM307 is going to be 3 Kontakt. Okay? Now all you have to do is set up the audio. So underneath that, where it says audio from, so you have all these outputs here. All right, Damage is already set to output 2. We're going to leave that alone. Evolve is going to be output 3. And DM307 is going to be output 4. So now I'm going to Control-click to arm all three of the instruments. Open up Kontakt, and now when I press a key, see that? they all have their own outputs now. So now what you can do is that you can add effects to each one of the instruments. Like I can put a filter on damage, or I could put an EQ on evolve, and maybe a lo-fi or a delay or something on the 307. However, the beauty of this is that you can process each individual instrument by using third-party plugins. Like for instance, let's say I'll add Camel Crusher onto damage, Camel Fat onto evolve, and Camel Space onto the 307. So I'm going to turn the volume down on evolve and the 307. See, so you can add whatever third-party plugin that you have and process each instrument. Or if you're in Ableton, if you want to add a little reverb or delay. Okay, so let's turn damage down and turn evolve up. And we'll find a cool preset for this one. A bit psycho. Okay. So let's go to the 307. Turn the volume down on evolve. Camel Space. 4 floor more. Okay, so now I'll turn the volume up on all three instruments and have some fun. Okay? So that is how that's done. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you got something out of it. Please subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Take care.